This week we're going to be talking about dating in 2026.
Ooh, all right. Hello. Welcome to Adulting Piece by Piece, where we figure out life one chaotic puzzle piece at a time. Woo! My name is Lily.
And my name is Lola.
Well, welcome back, everyone.
Thanks for joining us. Grab yourself a glass of wine or a bottle of wine, and get ready.
Cheers.
Cheers. All right, this week we're doing another Ravensburg. Oof, that's good wine.
That was a good one.
Also, it says orange wine. 2 years ago, I discovered there is such a thing called an orange wine. Because basically, it's like a white wine, but you leave the red in it longer. This is from a winery here outside of Ottawa that's local. Domaine Perrault, shout out. Anyways, I love this wine. And because our topic is dating, we're doing a romantic Paris-looking puzzle, which actually looks incredibly freaking hard to do.
Oh, and I have a heart tattoo.
Okay.
Just want to say this topic is one of the suggestion topics. So
Yes.
you guys see, we listen to you guys. If you suggest something, we actually will talk about it. Well, I've been married for 8 years. So,
So you're like, I have nothing to say.
I have nothing to say. I might just give my 0 cents at
Thank you for being here with your 0 cents.
but I could give you some of my clueless tips, but whatever.
I mean, we could discuss how it was different when you started versus now.
It was
But
ages ago.
I mean, fair, I guess.
I'm going to do the end, by the way.
Yeah, I'm passing you ends. We're both just passing ends. Dating 2026. I feel like there's so many different things you could complain about that are wrong. But I would say one of the main things I think about when I think about it is just like how not genuine people are nowadays.
Do you think they're scared?
I don't know if they're, maybe it's scared, or maybe it's just because there's such an image of what you're supposed to be, how you're supposed to be, so people don't like present themselves naturally.
I think it's just like an online dating app that I think creates that, because they're like, let me just put something that, again, this is my opinion, it's so long, but I feel like people just put information there to capture like at least the first conversation. You know what I mean?
They tell you what you
and
want
then
to
that's
hear.
how you go on a date and you're like, oh my god, you don't match anything to the picture or anything that you put out on a date, but they just want to get out there.
I mean, maybe,
but
because
just,
I'd
like,
also
so
say a lot of
weird.
those like online dating stuff, people don't put anything beyond the picture. So
Oh, they
there's
don't
like
even explain?
I mean, I guess it depends on the app. Like I'm also a terrible person to be talking about this topic, because I basically was on Tinder for a week and I was like, I hate this. I'm never doing this. But I guess on that experience, people just have a photo. There's not really much description.
Did you try any other app?
No. And the only reason I did the Tinder is because with another girlfriend of ours, like we always do wine nights, and she was like, ooh, you're single, we should make you an online profile, it would be so much fun, like da-da-da-da. So we literally, like after our second bottle of wine, she made me a profile and went through photos. And I would say, I remember watching this thing once and it was like, they should put all the dating apps together and call it What's Left. And I thought that was really accurate. Anyways, and then I think maybe like a couple days after I went on and I was like, yeah, this is not it. But I would say, okay, my issue with it wasn't so much that people are like putting their best foot forward. It was just more that a picture is not enough for me. Like it's like how someone talk or act, like how they carry themselves. That to me means a lot more than a photo or any kind of description they could put. So it's like the vibe of the person in real life. Like I need to meet someone in real life. I can't do it.
I think that's why I feel a lot of people just put something there to get out.
Yeah.
It's like let's even have a first coffee date so we could discuss and talk about stuff to see even if I like the way you breathe.
Yeah, fair.
Or like how you drink your coffee. But I feel like it's hard now. I feel like since after COVID, like the schools shut down, the work shut down, like the environment changed. A lot of people don't meet in a natural way.
Yeah,
They
we don't know how to communicate anymore.
Exactly. And then I think, again, back to my favorite topic, social media, it changes it. It's like you see certain way, boys or girls, you see like you want a certain appearance. You have this image in your your like head. You're like, I want this perfect person, but you don't give a chance to any other one because you have created that.
Yes, actually. So what I was thinking about on that, and I was like, Lily's gonna love this because it's going back to social media. But it was this idea of like, I wonder to what extent, like all these people that are trying to be influencers and whatever else, I wonder to what extent people are dating others because they look a certain way. Like now you guys look like the perfect couple because you have XYZ and like you have this image to you, as opposed to like you actually genuinely care about this person and have some kind of emotional connection.
Yeah.
I bet you there's a lot that are just like, right, like those celebrity, like...
Oh, celebrity?
Not,
100%.
Not celebrity, but like social media celebrity, I guess. Like I feel like a lot of that is just like, oh, we make a great match. Like, okay, the people that go on these like TV shows like Love is Blind and whatever.
Yes.
The ones that survive. Like, do they actually survive? Or are they like, oh, look, we got so much following. People are really into the fact that like we found love. So they just keep going with it. Yeah. Like, I feel like, I don't know, maybe I'm just really pessimistic.
No, I think they're not genuine. No, I 100% agree. Okay, the concept, going back to the, what you mentioned, going back to Love is Blind, I like the concept of that show because it takes away that you go on a date based on a judgment of appearance. You just listen and heart to heart. But it's just like, they made it as such a reality TV show that it just doesn't...
I mean, it goes too fast.
It goes too fast, but it just like, it's such a good concept. People are so shallow that the minute they see them...
Yes, like there's always the love triangle, right? There's always the guy that liked two different girls and then he picks one and then he sees them both and the one he didn't pick is the better looking one and he's like, oh no, I don't care. And then he obviously cares.
Because we are shallow. We're like, oh my God, how this person's gonna look beside me or how this person's acting. It just always goes to that.
Do you think if it wasn't on a TV show though and it was just happening like without everyone watching, if people would act differently? Like they would be more genuinely into it if this concept was real outside of a show?
This opens another, because I know in some culture they call it arranged marriage. It becomes that. So I don't kind of agree with that either, but I guess they just have to give them a chance, not just throw them into the marriage, because that's what arranged marriage is.
They're not throwing it because they're having I guess there's different kinds of marriage. There's arranged where it's like the parents got together, they picked it for you, and then there's arranged where like they find someone that they think you would like, and then they recommend, and then you meet, and then if you like them, you go with it. If you don't, you don't.
Oh yeah, there's another Next Twice TV show, the Indian Sima girl.
Yeah, Indian matchmaking. What a good show.
Yeah, that was a good show.
I would say, I think in like Western world, because there's starting to be so much struggle with dating, it's almost kind of gravitating towards this like kind of matchmaking stuff. Like I know I saw this thing, and it's like you sign up to go to like a dinner party, but I guess they ask you a bunch of questions ahead of time to get a sense of what your personality is, what you're into, who you would be a good match with. So then when you go to this dinner party, like you're set up with like people that they think you would connect with. So it's kind of like pre-selected, which is actually kind of how online dating started. Like they were supposed to filter out people that would, but then now I think it's just all about photos and hookups and people aren't into it.
Yeah, I think so. What you said, I don't 100% agree with it because...
How dare you?
Yeah, I know. Because I like the idea of like going to a dinner party and then just throw myself and then get to know people. I don't want people like invite other people because of my preference. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because it's true. Like maybe what you think you want is not...
It's not what you...
But I think with these ones, they're not doing it... They're not necessarily asking you what you want. They're asking you about like your hobbies, like your lifestyle, and then matching it that way.
Because like me and my husband, we're opposite of each other.
Yeah, 100% opposite.
We don't have similar hobbies at all.
No.
We don't have...
Aside from playing Catan.
Like he does build puzzles sometimes with me. But like, just like, okay, these are in time. We accommodate each other.
Yes, yeah.
And then through like we just learn about each other's hobby. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Time made it that way.
Yes.
So because like me and him, we're so opposite of each other. We never actually would have
picked each other,
but it just like we were just...
But opposites
it was just
are
like
supposed to attract.
If it's opposite attract, that other person should not be a gym. Like my husband is not a gym person.
I mean, I think in opposite in the places where it matters.
Yes.
Not in everything.
Okay, yes, that's true. So me and him, we have identical opinion about certain stuff. Like we are on the same page.
Yeah.
And
like your core values should be the same.
Our core values are same. I think big things in dating are religion, politic views. I don't know.
Probably. Like I guess depending on the person. Like if you can be okay with someone having a different opinion and not push it, then I think that's okay too. Like it depends on the situation.
It depends on the situation, but you need to be... I'm just gonna say it in US, if someone is Democrat and someone is Republican,
and they're like gun ho,
and they so if they get together, it's their core value, what they believe is wrong from beginning. So you can, and you're like, no, but we love each other, and that through time you're gonna have so much argue, like it didn't worth it. So that's what I mean. In some stuff you have to be on same page.
Agree.
So, I mean, that I agree with it because like, and then I guess when you're growing up, when you're becoming adult, your circle automatically becomes that. You hang out with people, they have same concept of life, like they're on the same path. So, I mean, that's why that's how you might find people that they're like, you know, they're not on a, like, you guys both don't like a green color or both cheer for a same, I don't know, soccer
like the
team,
dumb
football
things that
team,
don't really matter.
but like you guys have, like, I don't know, you guys both believe in God, or you guys go to church. You know, these are actually, it's some core thing.
Yeah, this church and like religious stuff is actually important.
It's actually really important, yeah.
But I was gonna go back to something else that I thought of while you were talking about Love is Blind, because now apparently we're gonna talk about Love is Blind a lot. But have you heard of this concept of floodlighting?
No.
Like, you know, there's gaslighting.
Yeah,
there's floodlighting.
What is?
So
is it love bombing?
No. It's different, and
Okay,
like I
me.
came across of it and I had to like look up what this means. And like to me it's very much Love is Blind, because you know on the show every time they're like in their little pods talking, they're like, oh, I'm gonna be very vulnerable with you right now, and I'm gonna share this deep thing that happened to me, that even though I've known you for like 24 hours maximum. And then they tell each other these like crazy things that they've been through in their past, right? Like they're being vulnerable, which they like, I think now there's this thing where like we're selling being vulnerable as a good thing, which I'm sure to some extent it is, because you're opening up to people, but it's also like not natural to open up and be so vulnerable and give out your like deep dark traumas really early on to people you barely met. So this concept is apparently called floodlighting. So it's like, I meet you, I want to really quickly get more intimate with you, so I floodlight you by telling you all this like trauma dumping on you.
Trauma dumping,
So now you feel some sort of like responsibility and connection to me. So it's like you're forcing the relationship to build faster than it should.
Yeah, because like you want them to feel guilty.
Kind of, because you're like, or it's also just this thing of like, oh, like you cared so much about me, you were so vulnerable with me, you told me all these things, so now I feel some sort of like connection with you. But it's almost like, I'm like, it's like predatory almost.
Yeah, I think that one of the biggest adult things I ever done in my 20s, I respectfully broke up with my ex because he was going through a lot in life. His mom was battling with cancer, and I knew it from beginning. Like he told me in the beginning. He couldn't hide it. He just told me, and his mom wasn't getting better, so it wasn't like happy ending. So for me, I broke up with him because of, I said, I don't think so I could right now. I'm not in the space to be a good partner for you through this hard time, because I am dealing with a lot of stuff in my own. So I think you deserve better, to a partner who could be there for you. And I broke up, and it was like a really mature thing. I know.
Cheers to you.
Cheers to me, man. This was
maturity.
a rare moment of a Lily thing, man. I mean, at my 20s. But this circumstance, it was like he couldn't hide it. But if someone else always told me something really traumatizing at the beginning because they want to trauma, but a lot of people actually do trauma bond in a relationship, and it will freak me out. I'm like, why would you tell me this in the like third date?
Early on.
Like, tell me in a month in, okay? Like, I would love to know, because I don't want to continue in later on to see like what's going on. But tell me in a month. Okay, some stuff, let me just say, if you have a kid, yes, tell me on a first date.
But that's not a trauma dump. That's just like, hey, I have this is a thing of my life. Just
like,
the same way you would say like what you do for work, or like,
exactly.
Like that's just like a fact about you.
This stuff
not
that
like, hey, when I was 7, my dad raped me. And you say that to someone on a second date, like that's a little bit like,
or like, you know what? My mom passed away, or have, like, those are stuff like you won't say it on a second date, but you will eventually say, because you're like, oh, how many siblings you have, or how many.
But normal stuff.
But some stuff are like extreme, like, oh, when we were young, we were poor and we were suffering of buying milk. No, I don't want to know that.
There's
I would want to know that, or maybe like, you know what, I would like to know this in like a year or two. Like, I don't want.
Look, not a year or two. That's also too far. Let's calm down.
Because like, okay, no, like, okay, you had a hard childhood. Okay, thank you. And then we have a podcast that we talk about.
Go make your own podcast. Okay, but honestly, like, and I was curious. I didn't look this up. I was curious if this is more common with like women doing it or men doing it, because when I was still married, when I talked to other friends that were single and dating, I feel like I heard a certain type of stories of like, oh, the guys that are like always ghosting, or they're like they just want to sleep with you one time and then they don't want to see you again after. Like, I feel like I heard a lot of this narrative, and then the very brief time that I actually was dating, I feel like I was the one that was like, I don't want anything serious. But then what I got is like, then they keep messaging, and you're like, no, leave me alone. I didn't want that. But it's almost like either one, I don't know if it's like an age thing that where I was older when I was dating, so then like the men want something.
Because in their like older
they're like they're actually interested and want to settle down. Or if it's like the fact that I said I don't want something somehow made me more appealing, or like I don't know what it was, but I didn't get that experience. And like people just asking a lot of like deeper questions than I would expect early on. Like there was some of that which I found like weird. And because I'm really chatty and like I'll comfortably talk to anyone.
But don't open up about like traumas. I think you should open up, but like give the relationship that the honeymoon
you can be like,
phase.
hey, my ex was crazy.
Yeah,
but like get into the details a little later.
Yeah, like that honeymoon phase, give it a time. Like honestly, discover each other. Even know that person. Can you trust this person with this information you're sharing?
Yeah. Like, because then you're gonna feel bad after.
Exactly. Make sure you actually know their last name and how to spell it before.
How to spell it? Key.
Like before just saying, oh my god. But about ghosting,
yes,
I don't believe that concept. Do you know what I mean? I mean, like if you're with a person, and because texting back should not be, especially you're on a date and that date was great and you guys had something, you should just text back. If you don't text back, that's
like,
on
it's just
you.
Rude. Yeah, you're just.
And that just was like, oh my god, I didn't have time. Oh, I mean,
no, it's
so
just people
busy.
being assholes.
No, that's just mean you're playing like, oh, should I wait 3 days to text? Like that's a whole game. I'm not about that game.
No, ghosting is just like you just never talk again.
Yeah,
it's not like 3 days.
Or like people like they don't like message each other after. I'm like, why? Why do you forget to brush your teeth? No.
But also I've done it. Like I used to be like, this is so mean, but like
because you didn't have fun. You just didn't want to.
Okay, I didn't, and then I was like trying to be like I was very clear at the beginning.
Exactly,
like,
that's different.
I'm not interested in much.
Look at me defending you. Oh, you are terrible.
If I do it, it's okay. When other people do it, it's not okay. No, but seriously, because I was like, I'm not interested. Like I'm not looking for anything serious. And then I guess the person like then it's like next morning you get the message. I say all this shit, and my boyfriend's gonna listen to this, and he's gonna be like, I did the same shit, and you were nice to me. And he now has the title. But anyway.
But I think because you like that person.
But I think because he gave me enough space.
Did he though?
He actually did. Like it would be like 2 messages. It'd be like 2 messages a day at the beginning. Like it wasn't really like that much.
Okay, so you see, he messaged back. That's what I mean. A lot of people
but like he would take his time.
Yeah.
Like not like how we are now. Like now if I message, I get a response quickly.
Yeah.
And like I mean, same. Like I would see a message come from him. I'm like, I'll respond in a few hours. But it was nice to have the space as opposed to like, hey, good morning, like da da da. And then like as soon as you reply, then instant reply. Then so like what are you doing this day? Like da da da. Like it's like get out of my face.
Yeah, especially
let me breathe.
Yeah, I guess like honestly, at the end of the day, dating in like when you're adult, I feel it's harder. I really wanted a man opinion on
because
this
you're
like
really set in your ways.
This is like our opinions about it. Like we're looking at a woman's side. Like I want to know how men actually feel. Do they feel like, oh, I don't even care? It's like I want to know how would they feel, like how they feeling about going on a date. Like do they get nervous? Like where should I take the person to on like my first date? Like where? Okay, in my opinion, first date should be a coffee date.
Yeah, something that's like fast that you can also get out of quickly.
Yeah, I don't believe in first date should be a dinner date. Even if
dinner's too long. Like you can go for a drink or you can go for coffee.
For vodka,
but something that's like short.
Even if you guys been talking through a phone for a couple of like months because you're just getting to know each other.
But see, I also like why? If you talk to someone a couple times and like it seems good, just meet them because you don't really know the person until real life.
Okay, that's
like
true.
Why would you go like people do this? Like they go like weeks or like however long just talking.
Yeah.
And I'm like, for all you know, they're like typing into ChatGPT what to respond back to.
That's true.
Which is a problem with modern dating.
Yeah, that's exactly.
So like see them in real life. Like I feel like you don't actually know someone until then.
Yeah, no, I agree. In my opinion, first date definitely should be a coffee date. Should not be a dinner. Some girls will be like, oh my god, that person didn't even reserve a restaurant for me or didn't come pick me up. No, first date, the other person should not even have to have your address. Like,
yes. Oh my God. Please. Yeah. Don't have the guy pick you up on the first. Unless it's like a thing where like a friend set you up or something. No. If you know this person is like normal because they're friends with your friends, right? Like that's different. Like if you've been set up, to me that's just like they're slightly like verified. But if it's like a person you met on an app, like
no.
There was a girl,
or like even gym, or like at a school. This person you don't know.
You don't know.
Never give your address to like meet in a busy place. Like go to a coffee shop that is like filled with people. Like don't go to like, oh come, I will cook for you dinner.
Yeah, and like I remember at the beginning when I first started going out on dates with either with you or other friend, I would do like a location thing, like, hey, I'm gonna be here. Yeah, because you've heard so much horror stories. Like I don't want to be.
And I believe on all of those horror stories. That's what I mean. Yes. Even if that friend knows that person and like introducing, even that.
Okay, I was not that careful.
Yeah, I know you were not. When on that day you went to the date, I was like, not a date, I guess. You were just like hanging. I was dying, and it was dying, and so I was like,
which date? So many dates.
Which one? I hope this person.
Anyways,
but like with me and the burrito mom, we were like, okay, let her have it. Let's have her moment. She's
are you talking about the booze fest?
Yeah. But I was dying.
Good times. That was fun. Anyways, there was a girl I knew. She was really, really looking for a partner. So she was going on dates like left, right, and center, like, you know, like 3-4 dates a week. And so this one guy, I guess she saw him like a couple times, and then one time, like 2 or 3 times, whatever. And then one time something was wrong with her car, so she was like, okay, yeah, come pick me up. The guy started like stalking her. He'd be like on her street waiting for her. Like one of the neighbors came and knocked on the house and was like, hey, do you know this car? Like da-da-da-da. Because it seems like he's like stalking your house, right?
No, you see, you should never have this expectation. They should make a reservation or come pick you up. Like, no, they should never have like your address.
Lily said,
no. You know what? That's that 1%. Honestly, it saves you all the time.
The 1% keeps coming back. I was gonna say though, in my opinion, one of the biggest issues with dating nowadays. Okay, I have 2 comments. One, I think people have this whole thing of like, oh, relationships nowadays are so shallow, and it's like before people used to stay together, now they don't. And I don't think there's a specific answer or there's a way to really get at this. But I think the reality is like, I don't actually think if we know that that's true, because back in the day, it was just more taboo and frowned upon to leave their relationship. So people stayed in relationships, but they had mentally left that relationship, right? People physically stayed, but weren't necessarily actually in it. And I don't think there's a way of measuring what that percentage was in the past compared to now. So like, I think that's something for everyone to keep in mind, because like we know that, like just looking at our parents' age people, there's so many people that are a couple, but they're not really actually a couple. Yeah. That's one idea. And then my other thing is like, I think nowadays men and women both have really, really wild expectations about the other person and like what that person should provide. Like there's a lot of crazies, and for some reason the men are going off after the crazy woman and the women are going after the crazy men, right? It's like everyone's just chasing the crazies because maybe they come off as more fun or something. And there's like certain things that I think sucks for men, because it's like, okay, for me personally, I would say a guy that can just come up to you and like just strike a conversation, right? Like you're in some kind of a setting, they can just come up to you and strike a conversation confidently. Like it doesn't have to, like, no awkward, dumb, flirty lines. Like just like come up and strike a conversation. That's like, I feel like that's one of the sexiest things ever.
Yeah.
But then one, like that's really intimidating to begin with, right? To do that. And 2, there's so much fears around like how you might be perceived as like, oh, like you're being a perv, you're being this, right? There's so much of this that's making it even harder. And there's a lot of women that would hate it probably. Yeah. So then it's like, how do you know which woman you can go up to? Because for me, it's like, oh man, if you're too shy to even come and talk to me, like I'm not really that into it.
That's
right?
True.
Like,
is there a signal? Like, can you give a signal? Like, steer them down?
Yeah,
like,
you can wink early.
I wish there was sign.
But like it happens. Like I've had people come up and talk and it's worked. Or like someone, like, I mean, I feel like I'm just also not an asshole. Like if someone shoots their shot and they're not like complete weirdo about it, then it's like, even if I'm not interested, then it's like, you just have a quick chat and then like you move on, like whatever. But it's like, I appreciate the effort, thanks.
Yeah, I think they could see it, I guess.
Yeah, because it's like, if they're looking at you, like, okay.
Or smile.
You're a
like,
guy.
Exactly,
you're a guy. You're looking at her. If she doesn't doesn't smile back, yeah, flip her hair, do something, make some kind of a freaking face, and like she's not into it.
Yeah, or like before
If
going,
she just rolls her eyes at you, don't go up to her.
exactly. And then, or like send them if you're in the bar or a coffee shop, pay for their coffee, or I don't know. Cause okay, this goes
gesture.
back to us saying, I guess, looks matter at the first shot.
Yes.
I believe in that.
Oh yeah, 100%.
So for me, it doesn't mean they have to be, I don't know, supermodel, bodybuilder, whatever. Like you like their style, or you like how their body shape, or their hair color. These are, I guess, I know it sounds shallow, but it's just, it is what it is. That's how you, I know they say don't judge the book by its cover, but you have to judge, like that's what you're seeing
But I would say it's not even purely appearance. Like there's people that I would say I found attractive, and if you, like if I saw a photo of them, I wouldn't think they're attractive. But there's something about how like you carry yourself and how you talk that can be really attractive, even if you're not like literally physically like in a photo attractive.
Yeah, but I mean, like when you're like, let's see, I don't know, at a bar, you don't know, they haven't even opened their mouth, so
But like they come and talk, and if you're interesting enough.
But like that's okay. So for me, it's that part. I'm like, you both have to like each other for the other person, you know, to go, and there have to be something. So I don't know, like they have to be like, oh my god, I like your dress. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
that's not
comment.
creepy. But I know some girls be like, oh my god, that was so creepy. You were like looking at me. Yes, the poor guy was looking at you.
And I'm like, you were dressed up. You were sitting at a restaurant. We're all looking at. I'm looking at you, girl.
I know this. Okay, this goes back to like being a feminist. That's saying like, oh, when you dress, you get judged. How? But I guess.
But like by everyone. What do you mean? I'm a woman and I look at other women all the time. Not because I'm interested, but
it's
like,
not like
I want to know what you're wearing.
Exactly. I want to know what you. Okay, I want to know. You
I'm
smell
nosy.
amazing. I was at this restaurant and this person. Oh my god, the perfume was killing me. It smelled so goddamn good. And every time she would pass by me, I'm like, this smells so good. So I had to ask her. I would be like, I am so sorry. What is your perfume's name? And it was YSL. I was like, this smells insanely good.
Yeah.
I'm not a creep, but it just
I've totally done that with people. I'm like, ooh, I like your perfume.
Yeah.
I like perfumes. I ask questions.
So that's what I mean. Like I know she might have, if this was a guy, I don't know how she would have reacted. But it's true. But it would have been, I think it should be okay. I don't know.
I think if you just ask the right way, it's okay. Like most people are okay.
You guys tell us what you guys think. What is your opinion about it? If you guys having a hard time, not having a hard time in this dating life, let us know. We do read your comments. You know, if again suggest any topics that comes in your mind and you guys like my 0 cent on dating stuff, and maybe
okay, I'm gonna leave it as one final thing. I think people need to stop with the grand gestures and focus a little bit more about like the small things. The guy buying you this ginormous bouquet of flowers so you can post it on Instagram, or planning this like 5-star like whatever Michelin star restaurant, and like cool, it's great, but the guy that does like these huge gestures is probably a bit of an asshole and doing other things on the side, whereas like the person that does like cute things every day, even if it's like not financially significant, like the fact that they're thinking of you and doing something small every day, like that shows consistency and shows something about that person's character.
I like
so
that.
Like everyone, let's focus a bit more on that and not so much on like, oh my god, he took me to this restaurant and the bill wasn't even 200.
No, it makes sense, because that goes back to a love bombing. So you know what, don't fall for that trap. If the guy doesn't even on a first date gets you a flower, like it's your first date, he doesn't even know.
Why
you.
should he?
Like he doesn't even know what's your favorite like flower is. So maybe you have even allergy to that. You know, you don't know. Like,
True, people have allergies.
The guy doesn't know. So don't be picky. If it's like, you know, you want to have someone in your life. If you don't want to have anyone in your life, you know, whatever rocks your boat, I guess. I don't know if I said that right, but
whatever rocks your boat.
All right.
Your win of the week.
I have 0 win of the week. It was a terrible week for me.
Wow, but you survived it. Maybe that's your win of the week.
I hated every minute of it.
Wow.
It was cold, snow, wind in my face.
Wow.
No, I have 0 win. What's your win? I survived though.
I went back to bouldering. So I went on Monday, but then I pulled something on my shoulder. So I went for my massage today and she yelled at me, as is our habit. But it was fun.
Yeah, okay.
I went back and did it. Cheers to that.
Cheers to that.
Thanks for joining us. See you all next week.
Next Wednesday. Cheers.
Like and subscribe. Don't ever forget.